Yes, I also look forward to your second IPO in Thailand.
Yes.
You also just mentioned a very strong revenue growth last year,
Yes.
right? I also saw your cash dividend payout that was very considerable.
Yeah.
And what do you think are some factors behind the revenue increase last year?
Well, first to let you know that we have a 6% guarantee of dividend, but because of the performance so good, we decide to give out 7%. So an extra 1%, and the investors are quite happy, very happy actually. And the reason why we grow so good because our company are very well regulated and very well compliant, and there's a confidence from parents and people in Cambodia that year on year we continue to be the first school that perform well in national exam. Well, actually not well, but we top the national exam every year. So that brought a lot of confidence to the investor. And with that, we get a lot of enrollment overall. And with that enrollment, we have a lot of net profit, organic growth that allow us to expand. With that financing and with also funds, debt financing and the guarantee loan financing, we are able to expand 5 campuses and 1 billion campuses to expand. So that is the first time in Cambodia that any educational company were able to do that. So we were proud to have that much growth within 1 year.
And so really a market first in Cambodia's educational sector.
Yes, the first market to go on CSEC, and also the first market to perform well, the best so far. So we look forward that so, to let you know that from year on year, for the past 19 years, we have do cash flow and projection, and we never miss our target. It's continue to go on slope growth, and hopefully next year we will continue to be doing this well the same, and we prepare to go with a bunch of projects and eventually expand to different educational program, maybe go to university, TVET, and medical school, and so on. And in Cambodia, there's no short of demand. The demand is so drastic that we met only about 10%, less than 10% of the demand. So education is quite a business that one should invest. But for some reason, it's not so well known outside Cambodia. But I would advise people to look into education in Cambodia. It's completely 100% in demand. It's no way to be saturated for at least the next 50 years.
Well, that's really promising and ambitious goal to develop education in Cambodia. And speaking of that, I think that links to my other question. Is what's the current development of the education sector, and what's the outlook of the education sector in Cambodia? Because I've noticed that you're actually a private education group, right?
Yes.
And compared with public education, are you like addressing some kind of gap in the education sector, or what's your overall perception?
Well, because most of the private sector continue to outperform the public school, parents are having more confidence on placing their child in private sector, and that's number one. Number two, government has been very supportive and in favor of public school. There are so many schools that are opening, and the government quite supportive. They exempt us from tax, almost all taxes. That is a big help. Not only that, they see that private school continue to be very compliant and very well regulated, self-compliant, self-regulated. So the government have been taking steps and follow private sector and to implement the public sector also to do the same. Recently, they come up with a new stringent rule and regulation for new public school to be open. That requires good compliance and also strict rule and regulation that not allowing teacher to do private tutoring, and student have to come to class on time. Teacher had to be teaching the student and have to go through pedagogy training and so on. So that is just to encourage us to be stronger because we already met that rule and regulation. So we are very competitive and we will stay competitive in the near future. Cambodia overall in private education and government public school basically is our partner. We work hand in hand very closely and to enrich each other. We have good side that help support the government school, but at the same time, the public government school also the way for us to learn from. So basically, it's a symbiosis from each other. Yes.
Thank you so much. And what do you think are some aspects that need to be further improved in Cambodia's educational sector? What can be further done to make this progress?
Cambodian education basically has improved drastically for the past 10 years. With our new Prime Minister come in, he focused two major sectors, education and health, and make it a priority. So there's a lot of changes going on since he was on premiership for the first 7 months. There has been new focuses, new direction, new announcement from the government that would eventually change the school system for much better to in parity with our neighbor. So we see that within maybe his term, Cambodia education would be in par with our neighbor. And right now it's not far away, but we need some basic changes so that it would be more competitive. So I see that Cambodian educational system doing quite good, and that is a positive outlook from us as a private sector, and it only help increase us and also help enhance our quality of education. And we're happy to see what is going on here in Cambodia. There's a lot of activities going on recently, despite the fact that we are a little bit behind, but we are catching up fast right now. So I'm very supportive of what they're doing. Yes.
Thank you. I've also seen from your annual report that you are making some level of investment into tech to develop those, like, for example, mobile apps or technology application in education. Can you please perhaps offer some more color around that? How important do you think tech is?
Well, in Cambodia, tech is a big movement. Private school, public schools, they all encourage using digital technology and so on. So we have built our own apps program that we call mentor apps, where all student public can go on there, and then it's just like quorum and it's like that, and people can go in, become mentor, and answer all questions to mentee, and it's very helpful and it's become beneficial to the student and the public. And number two, we are working on a school management system. This is something quite new to Cambodia. We have a very simple school management system, but for many other schools, they start to build in a more complex educational school system, and also human resources and so on, and also the e-payment, banking, and so on. So it's a competitive drive right now to move on to the technical, the tech update and so on. So we are one of the schools that also fast forward moving in technology. Yes.
And speaking of payment, are you also accepting payment in online this system?
Oh, right now almost like 100% are online right now. So we have advanced very fast. We are one of the private education company that do online payment. So we catch up earlier early stage. So we have already well performed on that one. So it's easier for students to enroll. Imagine with 22,000 students, so 23,000 students right now. So each enrollment, each quarter, it will be a crowded rush without having the online payment. So we are able to do that on time. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really good to hear. But I guess also technology is really important for the in-house finance team to manage the finance within the whole corporate. But on the other hand, to be very honest, I think I've also talked to some other banks or some large corporations.
Mm-hmm.
Adopting technology is really expensive. for
Yeah.
them at the same time. So how do you perhaps balance this expense in technology?
Well, in Cambodia, we have so many banks are willing to do for free just to get customer services from us. And a lot of banks, for example, when here in Cambodia, we have ABA Bank that are growing very fast in technology advancement, and they're willing to do online payment through them without charge. And there's banks that are competing each other. Maybe in the near future they will charge us and costly, but as of right now it's free, and so we take advantage of this one right now.
That's really good news to hear. You
Yes,
don't really
yes,
have to pay anything for
yes.
adopting these technology. Yeah, and speaking back to the topic of treasury management, I've actually listed out some aspects. For example, like cash management, fundraising, foreign exchange, investment. Among all these, what do you think are the most relevant for your group's treasury management on a daily basis?
Well, basically, we manage cash flow very, very well, and a projection of what we are going to do. And so cash flow management is very important, and because that will impact us drastically year on year. And that's number one. Number two, basically, we focus more on income sources through tuition and also services earning. We have quite a few services in school, retail services, F&B, and those make up almost 1/3 of our revenue. So we make use of, we take advantage of that. And also for our school, we are hoping to raise funds through bonding in the near future. We're working on it, and hopefully we can secure a bond by the end of this year. So there's a lot of sourcing fund sources that are available to us within near future. So hopefully we'll continue to be able to make it and grow from there.
Thank you. Did you just mention issuing bond in near future?
Yes, yes. We are working on it right now. We are working on a 10 million bond issuing, and probably one of the few first company that would do that. And Cambodian, one of the reasons why go on IPO is to issue bond. So we haven't done that yet, but we are in the process right now.